Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. I'll wait for people to come.
Hello.
We're still waiting on B. If she shows up, that's great. I know she said she had something to do later on, so we're not gonna worry. So yeah, if you are just joining, our group chat still says like wallflowers, but
True.
the wallflowers read along. Was it? I was about to say last month. We did not all read them in a month.
Last year.
Yeah.
We read a book a month. We read a book a month in the Wallflower series, and we decided to continue on. And so this is our last book for the Hathaways Readalong.
I know.
So sad, excited.
Yeah.
It was really good. So if we want to go around and introduce ourselves really quick, go on ahead, Tiffany. Why don't you start us out?
My name is Tiffany. I go by Tiff Talks Pages here on YouTube and Neverland Pixie on Instagram. This was my first time reading the Hathaway series, and it was so much fun to do it with friends. And I would say that this one, the last rounding it out, for me, I don't know if we're doing ratings, but
you can. I mean,
yeah, I rated this last book 5 stars. I thought that he was such a hero within this series as well. I love the distillery like romance, and Beatrix is like a favorite of mine. She's so fun, and I was really happy that like Lisa Kleypas stuck the landing, so to speak, because sometimes when you get into somebody's book it feels different. She didn't. And her being, I also am really fond of like the last book in series when somebody within the family seen everybody else get their romance, like what that looks like, what that feels like, her going into sisterhood. So I had such a good time. I love that the Wallflower Readathon led to this. And I just want to keep going. So I had a really, really great time with this book. I can't wait to talk about them because they're I feel like it's a very different feel and a good like rounder book because we got to see moments from all of the family. So well, most of them. Yeah, definitely does have a different feel from. I would say that like all 5 books. Well, the first 2 books I feel like have a very similar feel, but then 3, 4, and 5 have their own like feel and vibe. But I'm Rachel from Rachel Reads because that's all I do, and that's it except sleep too. But this is my second time reading this series. Second time reading this book. The first time that I read it, I gave it like 4.5 stars, and I looked back at my Goodreads review, and I had felt at the time that the second half kind of slowed down, and then it like picked up that last like 10%. And then, but this time around, I didn't see any like pacing issues. I mean, it was a perfect 5-star read for me this time around. It was surprisingly emotional at times for me. I didn't remember getting emotional about things that I got emotional about this time. So yeah, but we'll get into all that. But yeah, I loved this. Like Tiffany said, it definitely has like a very different feel. Both this time I read it and the first time I read it, I remember like not being super convinced about like Christopher being her like perfect hero. But as the book goes along, Lisa convinces you, and it ends up being a really beautiful story.
Yay. All right, I am Christy, and my name everywhere is Christy Reads a Lot. And this whole series is a reread for me. And so this was my, I guess, second time reading this book, and I gave it 5 stars again. I love this one. It's one of my favorites in the series. So yeah, I love this one so much. I think we all gave it the same.
I was so curious. Yeah, we all gave it 5 stars.
I was hoping.
There's a reason why I love this. I wanted to do this book for this live, by the way. It's my favorite. I picked this one because I was like, that's mine. So I'm so happy that we all loved it. I can't remember. I think in the last live, maybe it was B that said it wasn't her favorite. I think someone said it's like wasn't their favorite book.
I said it. I said it wasn't.
Okay. Well, look at us now.
I know. Because it was the only one I had given less than 5 stars. I gave it
4.5. Yeah,
I still didn't like hate it. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, Cheryl, 5 stars, your favorite. I think it's just Cheryl's first time reading this.
Yes. I just want to mention.
Yay.
So I'm Avery or Ava. I don't care what you call me. And this is my second or third. I don't remember time reading it. And this one's my favorite in the series. I give it 5 stars. I only rate books 5 stars now. Like I don't rate books. They're 5 stars now. So I love it.
Yeah.
I love the book. So yeah.
I love that everybody in the chat loved it too.
I know.
I'm not seeing anybody.
I saw it as like 5 stars, 6 stars. Yeah.
And I do look forward to like a counter perspective because it always broadens the book when we discuss it.
True.
But I'm not gonna lie, it feels really great to be validated.
Yeah,
but sometimes it's great when we're all on the same page.
Because I was like,
it's still a good rating. 4.5, I
still a
think,
good
is a
rating.
good rating still. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
especially because we really got into those letters in the beginning. I was like, okay,
The letters get
Okay.
me
good.
time.
and I didn't realize what I was reading in the very beginning when we get and the letter that kind of sparks everything.
Yes.
He does come back home because I was like, okay, what is this? And then we get into it. Prudence. Girl. Okay. Prudence was a kill. Prudence was about that bag. Prudence was interesting for me to read. But I did like how I love her like love of animals and how she feels like she can trust people or read animals better than people. And that's kind of what starts at her wanting to give advice about this dog. And it just, I mean, the letters she was writing, oh my gosh, which I think is a good, for me, I like how Lisa telegraphs. Okay. So in the beginning with it being like her just being kind and like knowledgeable about how to help animals, like kind of worked in their relationship because he was going through a lot. And I like that it's upfront, it's in your face, where past books within the series, it took a while to like get to their story. Like that came in the third act. Here we knew what we were dealing with, his PTSD and his trauma. From the very beginning, she's just like pleading with her. Like he just wants to hear something, like be uplifted. So I even thought in the beginning, because I went back, so I got through to the end of chapter 4, and I enjoyed it so much. I started the book over again because I was thinking, I'm like, did she start writing him for the dog, or did she start writing him because she felt like that compassion of he needs like an escape, and I'm gonna give that. So that's kind of the impression that I got from the beginning, and then I continued on. But yeah, I read the first 4 chapters twice because I was like, this is just like lovely. I loved how it started.
Yes, it's so funny though, because that's my mom's name is Prudence, and I never see that name anywhere. And it's always like the villain or the bad girl.
True.
So are Tiffany's. They're always like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
I'm like, where's my generational wealth? Okay, they're always like,
they're always rich bitches.
Yeah,
They're always the mean girl. Yeah,
but they're always dressed well. Okay, they're dressed
right.
They're always the mean girl. She's dressed well. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I was laughing at that because I knew your mom's name was Prudence, and I'm like, oh wow. But then I think about Prudence, and I'm like, she literally was a woman of her time. Like I like how them as a family, the Hathaways, are always set apart from society. So like even his first date of her, she's a woman more well suited for the stalls,
The stables. Yeah.
Stables. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It just goes to show what he was like before, the type of person that he was.
I really agree with his comment. I love all the animal companions, especially the little hedgehog. He was like, didn't your hedgehog like cause a ruckus at this party? And she's like, well, yes, like they weren't holding her right. Like,
oh, that was so funny. She was like, yeah. Don't explain it to me. I'll never do it. But I love how she like claps back at him and she's like, you can say it about me, but don't like insult my hedgehog.
Yeah, don't insult my pets.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that line at the end, I can't remember who said it, where he was like, are you sure like you want to marry my sister? I think Leo said something.
Oh, yes.
And he was like, well, I'll gladly take all the animals. And he's like, done. Give me.
That was American.
Yeah.
That was American.
Yeah. I wrote that one down. I love that. He's like, okay, done. You can have her.
Yeah, real quick.
Oh my god, yes, the role that animals played in this, though, it was so sweet. It was, I think that part made me emotional because my dog passed away a few months ago. And so reading that part, and then like reading the part of the end with like Albert getting like a special dog collar and stuff like from the Queen. I lost it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The part Cheryl just put about the cat on his grandpa's lap when Beatrix knows exactly how to set him up, like with his blanket, gives him the cat, and he's like, oh, this guy's not gonna be a fan of her. And then of course she like makes him fall in love with her too.
and I love that, like how she compares people to types of animals, and it's like so accurate. And like I was like, damn, I wish like Beatrix was a real person so she could tell me my animal. Like I want to know.
She's such a good people reader, if that makes sense.
Yes.
She knows how to talk to them, like except for like Christopher is the one that she's always like, I don't know what to do. Like,
yeah.
Or she did, but he would balk against it.
Yes.
You know, like he would go like toe to toe with her. I also liked Audrey in the book. Like her knowing very early on, Prudence isn't writing these letters. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
and like I wanted to know how everybody felt about her choosing not to tell him right away and letting him come to his own like decision, or like for him to come and realize it to him for himself. Like, how did everybody feel about that? Like, would you have been able to hold on to that? I was just thinking, how is she doing this? Because I think like grief was a good thing to like stand on, because I would have let the beans out, you know, like her being able to not say it.
Yeah.
I
think it made sense.
Yeah.
Like the way he came back, and she could tell he was like different. And same, because didn't she have like a letter from his brother too, and she didn't want to give that to him because she didn't know his state of mind. And so I think it made sense that she probably kind of like felt it out. And like he would have been so mad, like coming back and immediately hearing that, he would have been opposed to talking to Beatrix and feel so like bamboozled, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it was good. She kind of just looked him like, go hang out with her. What do you think of her? You know, like ease into it.
And I got the vibe that like she also wanted to protect Beatrix too, because like she knew that like revealing that he would have been so angry, and like who knows what he would have done, you know, at that time. And so I do think also it was that vibe too.
Yeah, I liked her matchmaking. I was like, this is such a smart move. What I didn't clock, to your point, Christy, I do like that they reinforced that too with the letter that she's been holding on to. Like that is something that would be within her character. But I liked how she was kind of like matchmaking in that moment and deciding like this is probably the best course of action, because it's like, to me, it made it like his change more legible to the people that were close to him. Because like all Prudence cared about was like all of his medals and like his station and how he was perceived, and like him just like wanting to hide from it all. Like I liked it too. I was like, okay, this is a smart move.
Yeah. Plus, it's like not her secret to share, so it's probably better to see if Beatrix like says it on her own, and you know, let that play out.
Or him to see like it's not adding up. I think she didn't say huzzy, but she was trying to let him know how Prudence was out here acting while he was gone. Like she's just been around.
Yeah.
I'm adding that to the page. She didn't say that she's been around town, but she said like something to where like she's entertaining a lot of suitors. Which she's
like playing the field and keeping everybody on the line. Yeah.
Audrey wants her to know.
Sarah says, I think Audrey wanted Christopher to get to know Beatrix on his own terms, because they would likely be a good match.
I liked that.
Yeah,
I really
I felt so bad for him though, like when in the early times when he's still thinking it's Prudence who wrote him these letters, and he's just like so excited to like talk to her and then be around her, and he's like you could just see his heart breaking like when he realizes at the party that she's not who he's been talking to. And I was like, I feel so bad for him, like he's just shattered after coming back from and dealing with everything too. And like putting himself in these situations to be like overstimulated, uncomfortable, but she's there. And then it clicking like, oh. Yeah. Oh, it was so sad, this reread. Like,
It was rough. Like, I also did like how like she notes the kind of like new vigor that he has, even though it's out of anger. It's like, I need to figure out who's the writer, who was helping her. now I'm hell bent on figuring that out. And like it invigorates him in a way, and he can't quite figure out. I love how each hero, some sort of thing needles them about the heroine. Those britches were really bothering him.
Oh my, for real.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Like he was so
Yeah.
annoyed by how comforting not only she was, but his like the family, because it wasn't about like propriety and like all of the like pomp and circumstance, you know, and like he was like comforted by them, and I loved that, by what he was calling chaos.
Mhm.
But yeah, oh gosh, my heart broke for him. It really, really did.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
the only thing I was a little iffy on, the only thing that I could be like a little iffy on was like the conflict at the end with his like partner.
That was very rushed.
Yes.
Mm.
All of that was very rushed. That literally came in like 87% like into the book. Like that's my only thing. I feel like that could have been developed earlier. I think we could have seen like some early ominous signs of like things
Yeah.
with Colonel Fenwick and Mark. Well, the reveal of Mark being alive needed to be, I guess, you know, really towards the end. But like, yeah, I feel like that could have been developed earlier, and like, because it really came out of left field in a way that like didn't necessarily make the most sense. Like, I don't know if I was writing that part of the book.
Like if it was even needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was ultimately, I do love like how in the end, like Mark and Audrey
I know.
ended, you know,
Oh,
ended
yeah.
Yeah.
together, you know. But yeah, I think it could have been like done differently.
No, I agree.
Mhm.
I agree too. And I kept trying to ask myself, like, what is it about this that's working and what's not working? And I think for me and just my reading tastes, I ultimately felt like I'd rather it be plot things than characterization.
Sure.
So for me,
True.
in past books, you know, I think it was with Harry, where I was just like, we learned that about him, which directly speaks to why he's pushing her away way too late.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Way too late, to where in this case,
Mhm.
yes, it was something that was like an upset within their marriage. Like, why aren't you letting me in? I rathered it be like a plot thing that later on than, you know, I think it didn't work for me, but I think the reason why I still was able to rate it so highly is because I felt like I knew him, and
Sure.
like he has yet to learn how to communicate. It's why he was afraid to get married to her and like not, you know, be all that he could be or all that he believed that she deserved. But yeah, that was like, and it was very intricate too. It's like him feeling the guilt of him dying and choosing to go save this other person. Like it had been mentioned, but it really could have been developed earlier. I agree. I just didn't. I just liked that. I was like, if it's a plot thing, cool. We wrap it up in the epilogue. Like I was okay with that because it was pretty late.
I think my only other thing that I would just have liked, you know, if in my perfect world, I would have liked maybe the epilogue to be a little bit longer, or like, I don't know. I really, because it's the last book of the series, I think I really would have liked a scene where we really truly see all 5 couples together, like at like a family party, or like, I don't think we saw like Poppy or Harry like at all. And
Yeah, I don't think Catherine was in it.
No.
Catherine was in it like a teensy bit too. Like,
Okay.
would have liked like a bit more of just like everybody together, kind of like, you know,
True.
extended epilogue almost.
Like we want the Hathaways a Wallflower Christmas.
Yes,
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, she should have done that. Yeah.
Or I was hoping to get that when I was reading the wedding, because we finally got a wedding where we got a wedding in detail, like the way that he had the space all set up for her.
Yeah,
I loved all that, and so I was too like hoping to see them there, and have like a big book, you know, big family reunion type of thing for the wedding. I was looking out for that because it was like I'm like, oh wow, it's not just like, you know, we rushed to the altar and we're here. Like it was kind of, that's why I liked Devil in Winter so much, because we got all the craziness of that.
Yeah.
So great.
And so
it felt really nice to at least go through like their wedding. I was hoping for like a family.
Especially because she also wrote, you know, that short story about like Wynn and Mary Penn's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she could have been, if she didn't want to extend this book, you know, she could have written a novella. Yeah, about just like, wrapping up the series, because this series is so family oriented. It is so all about the Hathaway family. It's what it centers around,
Yeah.
That's like my only thing. I'm like, I just want more, Hathaway
Okay.
antics. Like, we did get some of it, but not everybody was there. It was like Amelia, Cam, Leo, Catherine, and like Beatrix.
And Poppy was mentioned, like the hotel was like Poppy was mentioned in her, but they weren't there. This is going on our list of pitches for Lisa for because we've had a few throughout this entire read-along. We've had a few pitches for possible things that she could give us, novella form, that we could get started.
Yeah, she could write these easy peasy. Come on, let's go.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Hathaway Wallflower Christmas. Are you kidding me?
I know, a Hathaway's Christmas.
Because I fully believe she's not going to come out with another book ever again.
I know, and it makes me so sad.
Yeah.
So sad. Yeah, it's weird though, because like technically she has come out with a book recently. It was like that weird rewrite of Someone to Watch Over Me.
No. That doesn't count.
No.
Ava, have y'all read both versions? Has anybody read both versions?
It depends on what the audio is.
I'm upset.
The audio's old.
Then I listened to the old one.
Okay. Yeah.
I have not.
I haven't read either.
I don't think I want to.
I know, I'm upset.
I didn't like the book. This is the first Lisa. That was the first and only Lisa.
Oh.
I was like, I do not like this book.
I loved it, which is why I'm upset.
The original? You read the original? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the one, I'm not mistaken, where like he thinks that she's someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
After an accident, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The way that it is.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I just feel like, why spend your time re-editing and changing up a whole, like, go write a new thing, like, why that book already exists, go write something new.
I know, what is it? Maybe there was just something about that book that like, I'm convinced it was just like really nagging at her, and like her like OCD came out and she was like, I just have to rewrite it.
She said that she doesn't want new readers to come to her with this in mind, that she felt that there were aspects within that story that might turn off like present sentiments, and she wanted readers to feel comfortable with her. Do you, Lisa? I'm just saying. I also made sure before Kindle changed their service policies to get the original off and onto my own hard drive, because they will retroactively just change it.
Yes, they were.
It's always been like that. So I have the original, and I'm happy about that. So it's like,
I think I have the mass market paperback one.
Oh,
yeah. Me too.
It's the one of her like on the chaise, right? Like laying down.
Yes.
Her back.
It's like green.
Yes.
Yes.
I have that one.
So I mean, I'm happy I have it. I'm trying to think too.
Well, like, it's just strange, because then at that point, any book of yours after X amount of years have passed is going to be out of touch to current readers. So then are you going to keep editing every single book because you want to apply or like attract new readers? Like, it just, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
like where does it end? Yeah, it's like, where does it end? And I feel like it sounds like she was receiving like a lot of hate mail and like maybe about some of these older books. And so that one just really got to her, I guess. And then, she decided to completely rewrite it. It's just weird. It's a weird situation. We've never seen anything like this before that I can think of, like an author revisiting a book and completely rewriting it.
The self-censorship, I'm not used to.
Yeah.
I'm used to authors sharing about how publishing wanted something to be different, how publishing was pushing for a certain book, so they had to recalibrate. I'm not used to an author coming out and saying, like, in light of new readers, not my readers that have been here.
Yeah, already know and love me.
Yeah. So that was like, I think that's what made me like, ooh, it's her work, so she can do with it as she wants. But I was like, I'm getting this. I was treating it like gold and just wanted to get it off of my Kindle, make sure I had the OG. I have yet to read the new one. And I too, I don't know if I want to.
I know.
Do that. Because like stuff like this, it's like we've talked about that throughout reading this series and the last, of like just changes being made in general.
I know.
Mhm.
So for this one, I specifically listened to the audiobook. So I couldn't, and I don't really remember reading or seeing any changes made to like this book. But I think since we've brought them up, whether it's the prologue or certain aspects being changed, I think like for the most part, we've questioned, like kind of why or what that took away or what that added. And more
Yeah.
often, I liked having the original for more context. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Something I did want to bring up about this book before I forget was like there are so many great Leo moments that just like literally made me laugh out loud. Like I can't with him. I cannot with him. Like the moment at the like towards the end, this must be like, I don't know, like the wedding breakfast or something, and people are gossiping and they're like, Leo was just flirting with a woman, and they're like, oh my god, who? And it's like his wife.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, how embarrassing for like a married couple to carry on. Like,
I love that part.
Good on her. It was too proper to allow her to wear that. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's why he was so taken aback.
Yeah, he's like, is she always dressed like this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Also a moment with Leo that I wanted to mention was one that actually made me cry because it was before they got married, before the wedding. And he says something like, I'm not giving you away to him. I'm allowing him the chance to love you as much as the rest of us do. And like that made me cry because I'm thinking of like Leo's full character arc from the first book and just seeing him be an amazing brother now and like the head of the family in a lot of ways. And like, yeah, that got me.
Yeah, and him really advocating for her in that, like in the little office where like she should be able to choose, and them kind of like, I thought that was so funny that all of them weighing in. Yeah, but she's too young. She's like, I'm 23.
Yeah,
a woman. Are you trying to say that women can't? Like, it was so funny that it's always like a family affair.
Yes,
and seeing him step into that role, it was lovely.
And also like the moment where like Christopher's like, so who do I talk to? And then Cam and Leo were like pointing at each other.
Yeah. Well, I like the part when Leo was like, the more brother-in-laws I'm getting, I think Cam's looking really good. Because they're like, didn't you have an issue with Cam too? He's like, listen, he's gold now. The rest of you are a mess.
And like,
or when
when
Kevin Wynn, I think they were they like in Ireland or something, and they come back.
Yes.
And then I think Leo is realizing like Kev and Cam are talking about like all their farming and their plans for the land, and he's like, wait, are you guys leaving me with my own land now?
Yeah,
like, you guys have all this figured out? And
he
like,
had to go save Ireland. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
where
funny.
he's like running through his like list of like issues as to why he would marry her, and they're like, I'm not really seeing anything like that. That'll go away.
Yeah. That's not glaring. You're fine.
Yeah, everyone's got a little bit of a drink thing, and right. She revealed her cup. Oh yes. Aww. I loved that too. I wasn't expecting her to go there with that, where she's like, have you ever had urge? I can relate to having like this urge. Yeah. When she goes to save him, like, oh wow, like he's literally like a sitting duck here. And she shares that with him. I love that too. And then he wants his stuff back.
Yeah.
He's like, can you return this? But I like that she like actively did the things that matched up with what she wrote in the letters, to the point where it's like, it's glaringly obvious. Like, what was it? Like the cattle or something that she mentions, and he's like, can we go talk?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the time when I liked that part when she invites him to her family's dinner, and he's like, I honestly just want it to be quiet. And she's like, oh, no problem. Like, she tells everybody, and they're cool with it. They're like, yeah, nobody talked to him. He's fine. He's just going to be sitting down there eating with us. And so they leave him alone until he hears the story they're talking about, like the new mule or something she got for the barn. And then he's like, wait, is the name? And it was like his story of his childhood. Yeah. He's like, okay, we need to go meet in the barn right now. She's like, oh my God.
She's like, right now? Tonight?
Yeah. She's like, oh, he's not mentioning it. Like, I'm getting away with this. This is fine. He didn't remember.
So good. So
Yeah,
good.
so good.
Mhm.
Oh, and her nephew with him too, like dressing up as a soldier and wanting to talk to him was so cute. And he's like, "Are you one of her suitors?"
And he was like, no, and he said something like, "You will be," or something like.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it was cute.
So
Mm.
Oh, the kids in this series.
they're written
Yeah.
so well.
Mhm.
yes, that's why I was because like the Ravenels are like second gen to Wallflowers. You would think that hopefully
Yeah.
she would
Right?
have
I know.
second gen.
For real.
It's going on the list. We need this editor to come out of retirement too, because I feel like
Well, it's these two series, the Wallflowers and Ravenels are both Avon, but this one's St. Martin's Press. So like the characters can't, I think they're tied to like that publisher, so they couldn't be like in the same series, you know.
We have to go back to that publisher.
Yeah. She needs to get to it. We got ideas for her.
Everyone's dying. Speaking of the Ravenels, that's the next rate of thought we are going to be doing. I don't know. Do we have everything set? We'll come out with like a big announcement, I guess, with
I think
everything.
it's mostly set at this point.
Yeah.
We haven't posted anything about it yet, so
Yeah, but like we're gonna jump right into it. June is gonna be Cold Hearted Rake, and then we'll just keep going through the end of the year.
yes, Christy.
I have it. I'm ready. Yeah.
Yay!
okay. So
We are
Tiff,
ready.
have you read these ones?
Not all of them. I think I read.
I think you read some of them.
I read some of them out of.
Okay.
I didn't know like that Saint because he's called like Saint Vincent. It was so different. I didn't really know what I was reading, and so now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when he's the Duke.
Yeah.
I think he's
So
called Kingston or something. He's the Duke.
yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. Now I can like get these in order. I have not read Cold Hearted Rake, so. let's get into
Which
it.
ones have you read in that series?
Chasing Cassandra.
Oh, I love that one.
I know. I read that, but that was a while ago.
Did
And
you
then
read like the latest one by her? That's not really Ravenel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've read that.
I've read most of them, except I have not read Chasing Cassandra or Devil in Disguise.
What?
Those are my two
Oh,
favorites.
I thought you'd read them all, Rachel.
No. Mm-mm. For some
Oh
reason,
my
I just
God.
stopped after Devil's Daughter. Don't ask me why.
Good.
What?
Oh,
And I
love.
read Chasing Cassandra because I liked the dress. I was like, oh, this is giving Cinderella.
Yay.
Cinderella vibes, yeah. Oh,
That's
that's
how
exciting.
So excited. So excited.
Mhm. I know. This
I was
may
reading about the
first
kids
time, like
first.
rereading books 1 through 5. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'm excited. So I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Man, I love
Mhm.
Cold Hearted
They're my
Rake.
two least
Me too.
favorite as well, Lexi. So,
Hello Stranger, I don't like though, yeah.
yeah. And B loves that.
Hello,
one.
Stranger. I know.
I
Bee's
know.
literally like the only person I know that like is very passionate about Hello Stranger, and like I'm just very curious to reread that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta reread it because I didn't. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
Cold Hearted Rake. A lot of people hate it. but
It's
I like it too.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what?
Okay,
Like, I
so-
hate it.
Is there any preliminary things that we need to know from? We're going from like we're wrapping up the Hathaways, going into Cold Hearted Rake. Like these are the children of.
These are the children of the Wallflowers.
Okay.
Yes.
Some, not all.
Some,
Yeah.
not all. Yes. Some, not
Yeah.
all.
Like the Ravenels is a different family that you meet in Cold Hearted Rake, and you kind of get to figure out their situation because like they're kind of similar like to the Hathaways, like coming into society. Like the Ravenels have a thing going on where maybe some people are inheriting and some new changes are happening within the family dynamic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
And
will
where
say that
The
like
wall-
sorry,
go
you go.
ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it is very important to read Cold Hearted Rake first because
Yes.
there's so much setup of the family. I tried skipping Cold Hearted Rake because so many people told me it was awful and like I hated it. And so I tried going into Marion Winterborn and I missed so much context.
Oh no, not because
Yeah, so I stopped. I got like 20% into Marion Winterborn and I'm like, wait, I'm missing so much.
I need to go back.
I gotta go back. So yeah, read Cold Hearted Rake and then went into Marion Winterborn. Like those two books, similar to like Mine Till Midnight and Seduce Me at Sunrise, are so interconnected. Like they are really,
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. What I was gonna say is where the Wallflower kids, like second gen, comes in, is a lot of the Ravenel's love interests come from those Wallflower characters. Like not all of them, a few of them.
Yeah. And you get to see a lot of them at like the Wallflower couples now as parents. I love them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I believe a book. So Devil in Disguise, Devil's Daughter,
and Devil in Spring.
Devil in Spring, yeah.
Devil in Spring.
All the Devil books, of course.
Yeah, Devil in
that's
Spring.
directly connected to, Devil in Winter.
The Wallflowers, yeah. So, and you get to see cameos of our favorites.
So fun.
Yeah,
wait.
Perfect.
What's y'all's favorite for those who? Well, you've read some of them, both of y'all. What's your favorite one?
I remembered it was like a toss-up for me personally. Like I love Cold-Hearted Rake and Marrying Winterborn so much. And like I said, those feel so connected to me that it's almost one story. I mean, I think ultimately it would be Marrying Winterborn.
That one's so good.
Yeah. But I think I gave all of them except Hello Stranger 5 stars. So like it is a toss-up. It is.
Wait, is Hello Stranger part of the Revenels?
Yeah. It
See,
is.
how was I? So I read completely I didn't know that. Me in college, just trying to get a break from my curriculum. I was just breaking stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was watching Jess at the time. So like I was just,
grabbing whichever books, yeah.
Yeah, like what she's reading. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, I think my favorite is Devil in Spring, for freaking sure. That's my favorite. It's like one
I
of
love that one too.
Of all time.
I love that one. Yeah.
Because we also
Mine's
get
Devil's Daughter and Devil in Spring.
Yes. You get the devils and both of those.
Yeah.
I'm excited
So
for see stuff because Devil in Winter is definitely an all-time fave now. It's like historical romance, top tier, all-time fave.
I love it. I love Devil in Spring even more than that one. I'm gonna be honest.
What? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Devil in Spring is my favorite Lisa Kleypas book, followed by Chasing Cassandra. Out of all the rest.
I'm excited for those.
There's so many good ones in this series. I'm excited.
It's my favorite series by her.
Yay! I know. I'm trying to think what my favorite. I'll just have to see until I, complete Ravenel's. But like, what's my favorite? What is my favorite series of hers? Yeah.
What's your favorite book within the Hathaways? Since we're
true.
Oh yes, we're wrapping up.
Because Seduce Me at Sunrise. I'm sorry, it's gonna be really, really hard to.
I know that one is so good. That one is so good.
Like I like that. I mean, I know it's like controversial to say, but I put that above Mine Till Midnight. They're very close.
Me too.
They're very neck and neck. They are.
Sunrises.
Yeah.
That's.
But honestly, this one is tied for my first, like with Seduce Me at Sunrise.
Favorite.
I love these two.
So yes. Loving the afternoon.
And Mine Till Midnight, like right underneath them.
Right underneath.
It's hard to choose. Yes. It's so hard to choose because like with Mine Till Midnight, it's so tough because like as much as I adore Amelia and Cam, it is so tough to see Leo the way he is in that book. And like, obviously by the end he starts changing a lot. Seduce Me at Sunrise. Oh man, that one might be my favorite because of its connections to book one, which I also love. And like also just like how angsty and the yearning and the pining going on in that book, like it stands out for sure.
Yes, and we all know B's favorite is
Married by Morning. Yes. I love that one too because I freaking love Leo and Catherine. It's just different. It's a different vibe.
My rating for that one went down this time when I reread it.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Like I just feel like it changed and like the second half of the story for Married by Morning, like it just kind of like I was done with their story. Like they're together, they're married, and I was like, where is it going from here? Like I'm done. Like I got what I needed,
Yeah. I was telling Avery that like it's funny the reasons for why I love like Mary Pan Kev in like book 2, like Seduce Me at Sunrise, the way that he is with Wynn are the reasons why I was kind of like annoyed with Catherine when it was in the reverse because of the second half of that book. I'm like, girl, you're not. argument for why he didn't want to mar her for what like was so much stronger to me. So I really liked that discussion because it got me to see like, oh, okay, like she probably was just using that as an excuse. But yeah, I too was kind of a little, it wasn't like my favorite. Like it definitely, like one, Love in the Afternoon, it's up there with Mine Tell Me That for me.
Yeah.
Underneath Seducing Sunrise.
Yeah.
These like red herring things. For sure.
Yeah. And I personally love Tempt Me at Twilight, but even in my mind, it doesn't stack up necessarily compared to some of these other heavy hitters of the series.
Right.
And I really liked what B was talking about, how Tempt Me at Twilight and Married by Morning are like, they like feel like companion books.
They do.
Information.
Yes.
They feel like a duet.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting to me. Like,
yeah.
Out of them, I would put them, because I enjoyed them, but they're just not as like this one. I just was like caught off guard. I was not expecting the letters to be like that, just moving in depth.
Yeah.
To come back, we got his trauma up front and center. We have a heroine that is just like well equipped to carry and hold all that. And like is like ready. And like I love a hero that's fighting it, right? And like they're just it not matching up yet. The way that she treated him matched up so much with how he felt with the letters. That it was just like, oh, it worked so well. And him like pushing her away because he didn't want to hurt her. Like all the little things that I find to be catnip. Yeah. And they didn't just go away because they were married. Like the fact that they can't sleep in the same bed and like all of that, it still kept the angst going even after they did get married and they were together. I think that's kind of like what worked for me, which is why the third act reveal of the plot, we didn't really need that to continue like the angst, except for Audrey to get her fans. Like I was happy with that, but we didn't really. And it might have, I think maybe him as a character, now that I'm saying it aloud, for the plot, maybe, which is why it should have been developed earlier. Maybe for him in their marriage at the place that he is now, he needed that to wrap up his trauma, to stop carrying it.
Yeah, because it ultimately gave him a lot of closure.
Yeah,
and then we see, right after all that stuff is over, that he, sleeps in the same bed with Beatrix and like is opening up to her more so in that way. So yeah, I think that, I agree with y'all. It's like, if it just would have been like developed earlier and like given space, then I feel like it would have been like perfectly done. And like, it definitely was necessary for his character.
Yeah. Or extend that third act, like to your point, like make the epilogue a little bit longer. Or is that epilogue tings? Are these after the book ends tings?
Because this book's kind of short. Like, compared to the other one.
Yeah,
it's only like 320 pages.
Yeah, were we, was this book needed to be turned in? I'm like, to be honest with you, like Audrey, I would have liked that to be part of the story, and like
that could have been like the Wallflower Christmas. You know how they have like a separate like couple.
Yes,
that could have been
theirs.
So clearly,
I totally would read that. Yeah,
Lisa needs
a lot of ideas for her.
Yeah, we mapped out the entire career. Like seriously, I'm willing to write the email. I am at the age now. Like I will do it.
Yeah,
are you kidding me? I'm gonna start. I feel like she needs love. I'm finding it. I'm gonna start sending her stuff just to be.
I feel like reach out to her. Reach out to Tessa Dare. Let's do it.
I was like, don't be sorry about Tessa.
She needs a team. I feel like she needs like a team of cheerleaders, like an inner circle.
They just need it. Like, girl, we are, and it's not about me. I'll do a dummy email. You just need to hear this. These are just ideas. Like you are needed in this space. We need you. Like the play, the historical, like
the world needs you.
You're not done. You and Beverly's talking about just going to suspense. No,
no.
This is the time to lock in. This is end of times situation.
Yes,
lock in. Where like I need that room of just powerful. We need the heavy hitters all in one room. We have a conference. Like they need to.
Yes,
I need to mobilize.
Yes.
This is like an Avengers Unite situation.
Yes. Cut them out. We need like an Olivia Pope of like historical romance. We've been talking about this.
I know.
But we need to just write her. This is a foolproof. These are we got stories. Let's start writing them.
We will help you. Yeah.
Yeah. We just need you to pick up your pen and we have ideas.
Yeah, you will have people there.
Work your magic.
To help you do this. Oh my God.
I love it.
Well, with that, I think we're done. Sorry, y'all. My
Everybody's got emails to write.
I know right now. Yeah. Anyway, join us next month. Whose channel is it going to be on again?
It's going to be on.
I think it's on Rachel's. Or sorry, yeah, that way.
Rachel's
June
channel.
13th, I think.
I think we decided June 13th.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. First for me. So I'm ready.
So excited. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us this whole time for the Hathaways and hopefully continuing on to the Ravenels.
Yeah.
So fun.
We're going through them. I'm loving it.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it too.
So much fun. So
Awesome.
thank y'all so much for watching. We will see you next month.
Yeah, see you in June.
Bye.
Oh,